third way would be you lose, you flatten out, you lose some more, and then you quit. No? But since we're trying to be positive here, I decided to omit that one. This morning I'm working on a special project, and I thought I would let you guys know. While I'm pretty happy with the content in my academy so far, one of the things requested recently was to come up with backtested strategies with stats. And you know by now that stats are the biggest factor affecting confidence. When you don't feel confident, it's because you don't have the stats most of the time. So I thought I would do something to fix that. And I've been backtesting things that I teach. For most things I kind of knew what the results were on average, but I'm just putting these stats in the academy, and let me show you an example of that. So this is what we have so far. I'm backtesting this on USD CAD, I believe. This is a daily strategy, so for a daily chart. And I've been able to code only one part, which is only the long trade. The shorts are still to code, and that took a lot of time. The problem is that most of these things are a mess to code. Some things just don't work out, apparently. And I have to tweak them a little bit to make them backtested, and I don't want to do everything manually, so that's why it takes a lot of time. But that's how I'm starting the day today. Now tonight is the Montreal Traders Meetup in Montreal. The topic is trading stories, and we need to get going. Let's get downtown and try to see what's there. You know, after all these interviews, I think there are commonalities between stories of traders. I want you guys to comment below and tell me what you think are the 3 parts of every success story of traders. Comment below, and I'll try to reveal those later on tonight. Just to see if you guys have been able to spot the same thing as spotted, the same patterns over time. If you listen to more than one episode of the podcast so far, you probably know what I'm talking about. But comment below, let's just go inside and get started with the event. Got to the meetup, guys. We have an empty room so far. It's pretty good. We're gonna wait for a couple people. Quick lesson though. This is my student, Naga. He's been to the webinar yesterday. When you want to trade at night, what pair were you trading yesterday?
US Canadian dollar.
Good. So you guys need to understand which pairs move when. So pairs like Canadian dollar, US dollar, they're gonna move well during the day when the US session starts and London. But at night, nothing. And you've probably seen that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So you pick the right pairs. If you want to trade at night in Canada, here in Montreal, it's going to be the Asian session. So trade pairs like JPY pair, AD pair, that are going to be more volatile at that time. And those pairs are really good for breakout. But you need to understand when they move and just pick the right time. Yeah. When we think of trading, when we decide to start trading, we all have dreams and stuff, and we sometimes think of this. Okay? We dream of this, no? Some of us might dream of this. No? But shortly after trading and opening the account, well, we're all high and stuff, we quickly find out that it can actually suddenly turn to a bit of a nightmare, to say the least, no? The trading journey, in my humble opinion, can be divided into 3 separate journeys. We can have the intellectual journey, the psychological journey, and obviously the financial journey, which that can also be subdivided into 2. This, by the way, this just means, it doesn't mean, like 100% would mean, like, you've learned everything. It doesn't mean like 100% you've doubled your money or anything. It just means like there's nothing else to learn. And this could be any time frame. I just put year 1 to year 5. For some people it could be 6 months. Some people it could be 10 years.
some it could be a lifetime. So the intellectual journey, that can be pretty steep at the beginning. It's not complicated. We read books, we sign up to certain blogs, digests and stuff. So it's pretty steep. We learn a platform, we learn a programming language, and then it kind of flattens out with time. The psychological journey, that's a little different. It's actually flatter at the beginning, and we slowly learn to be better traders between our ears. No? It's all in the head. Unfortunately, the little bumps that take us to the next level usually occur after a big loss. So, we don't learn. We're stubborn beings. No? You gotta get shocked, electrified, no, metaphorically speaking, in order to learn. So that's why the curve is much flatter at the beginning. The financial curve, one possibility that some of us start is a lot of money in the beginning, and then we think we're big shit, and then boom, reality sets in, and then it flattens, and slowly, as the psychological curve moves up, then the financial success picks up. Or the other way is boom, we start losing right off the bat. So you pick and choose which one you fit in.
You get a margin call your first day.
Exactly. Blow your account. Boom. And then, but again, there's a third way, but my glass is usually half full. I didn't put it here, but the third way would be you lose, you flatten out, you lose some more, and then you quit. No? But since we're trying to be positive here, I decided to omit that one. So you're all here, so I guess the third option where somebody quit is probably at home right now.
or soon will be.
Intellectual journey. Like I said, there's an academic that's pretty simple. You read books, subscribe to newsletters. One that I actually recommend, like Houston said, are any tools, Quora. I find that useful. There's a ton of information. You pick the topics of interest, cryptocurrency, algorithmic trading. It's just a source of information, and I think that's what we need. You need ideas, because you can't. I think when it comes to trading, you got to be like a shark. You can't stop moving, or you die. You got to keep moving in the water. The takeaway: knowledge is power, but it can lead to tunnel vision. The goal is to have a sense of purpose. We have to know why we're doing it. If you don't know why you're doing it, you're wasting your time and your money.
So guys, let's wrap it up right now. It's starting to rain and I need to go edit this video. But I want to go back on these three parts of pretty much every trader's story. There's no doubt that at the beginning, as a trader, you're going to be bad. And that's totally fine. That's what everyone goes through. Everyone experiences this. And everyone gets to know how to deal with this. It's only by staying there and by keeping going that you're going to be able to proceed and to move forward. Then I think there's this time where you come across a mentor and someone pushing you to work harder. Rarely do I see people who start to trade and become successful by themselves. It's very rare. Every successful people you see out there, whether it's going to be traders, business people, artists, celebrities, they all had these mentors, people helping them move forward. And that is very important. I think we can agree that the sooner you find a mentor, the easier it is to move forward. And the closer you are to those people helping you move forward, the easier it gets. And I'm not talking here about like buying a course necessarily, but it's having people who you can surround yourself with and do calls with or meet if you can. And that's why the meetup I think is really powerful. You get to meet people and that makes all the difference. Then you see that if you meet the right mentor, you'll get some results. But you might not see the result right away. It takes time. You might be a good trader, but it's going to take a while for you to see this in your P&L. And that's where the principle of looking at your P&L doesn't really matter. There's really no point in trying to figure out what the numbers are right now and whether you're making money and a lot of money or not. The point is, do you execute properly? Do you have the right plan in place? Do you follow the plan? Because the concept of win and loss trading should not even matter to you. It should be something that comes and then go. You just follow the routines you've set flawlessly if you can. If not, just find a way to improve, and then you see result over time. But those results are gonna come. It's gonna take a long time sometimes. It took me maybe like 6 months from the time where I was putting in the right action to kind of become profitable, to realize that I was profitable. So you need to be willing to let time go and track yourself on how good or how bad you execute. And that's the basic metric you should have. So guys, I'll finish it here for today. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Please give a like to the video if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.